It's this that they fear.
That's right.
I don't have no army.
That's right.
I just know the truth. And I'm here to separate the good Jews from the satanic Jews. Banning me from a social platform, I use that platform with respect.
That's right.
I never allowed those who follow me to become vile as those who speak evil of us.
That's right.
So I am dangerous.
Message.
We said, tell a joke. And he's like, a Jew? And I was like, bro, Josh is a Jew. Like, he's
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like from the fans or whatever. It's kind of like an easy way to take the blame off of anyone in particular and just put it on me, the person that happens to be like a lot more high profile and kind of has this like evil fucking image that they like to post up. So, I mean, to be honest, at this point, like, there's such an attempt to like create crazy narratives in our fan community or whatever that like I just don't even take it serious at this point, and it just doesn't really like, I just see it for what it is, where it's like no matter what happens on the show, there's a significant percentage of the fan base that's going to try to create the most negative possible interpretation of what just happened, and we as the hosts have to actually like communicate with each other enough to not fall.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit.
Well, the Granite State is mourning the loss of a man who was a key player in First in the Nation and Democratic politics. Joe Gramaison lived a remarkable life in the political world, rising in prominence along with the New Hampshire primary. Perhaps his most iconic public moment happened in connection with a campaign that never was. We spoke with him a few years ago about New York Governor Mario Cuomo's last-minute decision not to run for president in 1991 and the lesson to be learned from that memorable no-show at the Secretary of State's office.
When you are given the honor of being an elected official, don't always look ahead at the next thing you're running for. In the position you're in, maximize your ability to perform, to be able to follow through on what the commitments you've made, as opposed to being so hungry that you're always looking behind yourself. What should I do in the next term? What should I do? Enjoy the moment you've been given, and you're probably going to be happier in terms of your overall performance.
And there is that indelible moment in primary history. Joe Gramaison stepping up to the lectern in front of the State House where Mario Cuomo was supposed to have launched a presidential campaign in 1991. Enjoy the moment you've been given. The words of wisdom there in politics and in life. Joe Gramaison was 79.
Message.
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
Message.
Nigga, this is the second employee in like a month. He's tried to out, like they're trying to out.
Yeah,
And it's crazy, it's the black employees at that.
exactly.
Ain't that funny?
You talking about it, the shit, it was an accident. Just 2 weeks ago, you was telling motherfuckers to goddamn pull up and do a whole expose on Flacco, or did you not instruct niggas to do that? So now all of a sudden you not giving directives for people to do shit about motherfuckers that's on your staff? Niggas would never. Niggas would never. But you would. Fuck it.
Talk about it.
Okay, look, cold part.
Get your issue off. Get your issue off.
His co-host, right, on his podcast, it's called Sledge.
Message.
I want to go on record and say this wasn't Suspect's idea. This wasn't Gina's idea. This call came straight from the top. Adam wanted us to unpack this, you know, so. Facts. And Adam's.
Kanye thing. This is why I didn't feel nervous about the Kanye thing, is because I don't think I could take an L in that interview. Because I already know he's going to say a bunch of crazy ass, like, not true shit. And that, you know, I'm probably not going to do that. So at the very least, I feel like, you know, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen him make a lot of good points throughout this whole media run that he's been doing. Like, it feels like it's pretty easy to push back on him, and it's pretty easy to get the upper hand because so much of the shit that he's talking about, it doesn't really seem like he's thought it out that much.
Would you fight back if he was like,
oh please, I was going in there fucking locked and loaded. I wasn't gonna give him an inch.
Said, oh, nigga,
I was
I'm
gonna challenge him on everything that I didn't agree with, because what do I have to lose? Like, I don't. Yes, he's one of the most important rappers of all time. He is without question at a low point in his career, and I'm just not at a point in my career where I'm going to do a softball interview for everybody, for anyone, period. And bro, he just did Gavin McInnes, a dude who's I don't like throwing around Nazi or like white power guy or whatever when it's like maybe a little bit contentious or whatever. But you know, he hangs out with Nick Fuentes and he just went on Gavin McInnes. You're ready for the smoke. You're interviewing all these guys who are like extremely confrontational.
He's so dumb for that though, right? Like, cause like those guys are using him to kind of say, listen, I'm not a white supremacist. I'm trying to teach Kanye not to be a white supremacist, right? It's kind of like
they're using him as a token.
Yeah, right. Like, it's bullshit too, right? Because they're kind of like saying, "Yo, Kanye's a white supremacist. I'm not," and they're kind of like using him to kind of like clean up their image some more. And like he don't see that. That's fucked up, you know.
Every time I'm just holding stride, and it's like I thought I was more Malcolm X, but I find out I'm more MLK, because as I'm getting hosed down every day by the press and financially, I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost, but I still walked in stride through it. Yeah,
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who was they though? We can't say who they is,
corporate
can we?
press. I'm not using the. I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys. Okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you afraid of the press?
He's gone.